Good morning, everyone. Welcome along. Welcome to Steelhorse Station. Hope you're all well. I have managed to catch some sleep since my last stream on the Oaks. And with the aid of a coffee supplement, I am raring to go. I can see we've got a couple of people in, so thanks for stopping by. Great to have you here. John, good to see you, sir. Let's head on over to Newlands, where I was just having a look. So since last time, I did actually finish. It's interesting with the shadow cast here, but I've finished getting barley in here. Ploughed most of the top section, which we'll do with oats in the new year, and this section over here is wheat. So if we have a look at the overhead, you can kind of see roughly how the new arrangement works. So now what we're going to do ultimately is put corn. Well, ultimately we're going to create one field for corn over there and there. We've got to buy the ground where we're going to plant the sugar beet next time, and we will put what's the other crop we need to pop in the, oh, we might put some more. We might actually do the whole lot here with corn. We'll just see how we go. Or potentially make this initially a grass field. So whatever the case, we need to get some grass up for the sheep. This lot here is not ready to go, but I did notice that the sheep have eaten their way out of it because we've allowed the sheep numbers to increase. They're pretty much, if they haven't already, they're very close to filling that pen. And so as a consequence, they are eating us out of house and home, just like the pigs do. Yeah, so we need to run the mower across this one here, but we also need to harvest the sugar beet. So they're going to be the plans for today. I think what we're going to do first is something in here. Let's just move a little bit of equipment. We did sell some trees, so let's get you out of here. And see how we go. Pop you out. We're going to need potentially that trailer. Front mower. Sure. Come on, pop around there, in, and away we go. This won't take a second to get that out. there. It's got to be pretty close, surely. There we go. Just a little tight. Now, let's put these down. So we should be doing conditioned grass already. No. X. I'll go. Unfold the front one, put you down, and then turn you on. Is that looking? Why does that not look right? It was correct the first time. It's always tricky to tell. Till you get the two. Oh no, that still looks wrong. What is going on here? Without conditioner, with conditioner. So we want with conditioner because we want conditioned grass, which is what I sort of got. With conditioner, alright. And again. Still not getting it. The light is with conditioner. I thought the light was without. I thought the one I wanted was this color. Because this one looks to me like wet grass. It's just let's just bring another tractor over. We don't need you over here for the minute anyway. Oops, there's a fence there that you can't see in the morning light. They should have put a road down this end of the field. More coffee required. How was your bingo call, John? Did it go well? Just Got gear everywhere, and we're doing lots of things at once. I want to drop you off for the second. Excellent. That's always good. Makes it worthwhile. Let's just pick up here and see what I'm getting. You can see the effect of the little mod that I've got too, which I mentioned in last night's stream. So that's fresh grass, that colour, as I thought, which is not what I want. So the question I have though is, why are you not right? So go to with conditioner showing. Now put you down. Okay, that's the one that I want. I'm sure of it. Let's just whip around here and get this sorted out. So the dark, yeah, correct. The dark is conditioned. Just took a little while to figure that out. And particularly when you get things like shadows, it gets quite confusing. But nonetheless, we have it sorted. We'll get a trailer load up to the Jeep and all will be good. And then I can hop back and, well, we can concentrate on getting the sugar beet in. That's the main thing. Because in the winter plan here, we can reconfigure the field a little bit. I've pretty much gotten used to it. It's only that little thing with the grass that now consistently confuses and trips me over. And it's only because I get myself confused with the instructions. So because you can see in the help text up there, you don't press Z now to turn the conditioner on. When it's showing like that, it's got the conditioner on, so we're actually getting conditioned grass now, which is the opposite of what I expect. And it could well be as simple as just being a translation quirk. Yes, indeed. Wet grass, fresh grass, conditioned grass, and hay, I think, are the four. No, fresh grass, conditioned grass, and then 2 passes of hay, I think. I don't know what they're called. We can have a look in just a second. I'm sure it'll show me on the help text, but we're almost got this bit done. Let's finish that little bit there. But yes, over the winter we'll join all these fields up into a single one, and decide how big the resultant field will be. We'll leave grass on it until we plant the corn. And then we'll look to the next expansion in our land holding to get us a new grass field, I think. And there, a bit that I missed, a bit over here. Rightio, that's that bit done. Pop the mowers back in the shed. Because then the other thing we can do, once we've got the fields all joined up, is we'll put the new shed... Oh, wrong one. Along the... over where I've got the forage wagon currently. Oop. And that will just give us some, get off there, some extra room to put some of this equipment we've accumulated away, which will be the plan. Now, let's have a look here. Let's just run the windrower quickly. Don't need to necessarily do all of it. I just want to get a load picked up into the... I suppose I can do it all. It's just as easy, isn't it? Let's pick you up down there. Missed a little bit of grass on the corner. Right. Let's have a look at those stages of grass, see if that is explained. We don't need you. We can run down here. If we go there... Fresh grass, conditioned grass, hay. I can only see 3 types. There's alfalfa, there's different types of hay. Maybe it's silage is the 4th. For your first JCB 8000 series. I have no idea what that is, but it sounds big. Because JCBs are normally 3000 and 4000 series, aren't they? Like 30, what was it, 3200, 3600. And then I think the 4000, is that the icon? Have I got my bits correct? So I can only imagine that gives some clue to the size of a potential 8000. Do we even have 8000 in game? I'm not a haven't typically been a large JCB user. Only really if they've come up in contract. We do. Let's have a look then. So, JCB. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's only little when you zoom right out, but 8330. 350 horses. Yep, that'd probably get up and go. Pull the skin off a rice pudding. Just weave my way round. Welcome along, whoever's just popped in. Great to have you here. Yeah, big vehicles going quicker because they've got that sort of rumble that they carry with them. Haven't really spent any significant time around heavy machinery. I was never on the farm when harvest was being done. And so my activities were limited to largely checking the sheep. What are we doing here other than making a mess? Just making a mess, right. As long as we know. The other thing I wanted to do before the... Come on, let's get you out of there. Send you back to potted tree load before the bollards come up. Would be a good idea. You down. Come on, tidy up. Well, we're getting a reasonable area carved out here now. We've got some decent sized fields, few animals. Round you go. Oh, next door's dogs are awake, which means my dog will be down and inspecting imminently. No doubt. That might just about do the windrower. It's managed to... We can tidy up the rest of it. Rightio. Pick you up. So that should be enough to get a load collected. Howdy, howdy, Pleasant View. How are you this morning, sir? Well, I hope. Actually thought of you yesterday. I was watching a... for no particular reason, but I was watching a busy day. You could use a nap. I'm always up for a nap. I've found naps to be a particularly important part of a successful day. Now we've got conditioned grass in. Good. Yeah, no, I was watching a Laura Farms YouTube clip, and she was and her hubby were on vacation in New York and visiting a big dairy operation. I don't know why I thought of you, but it was huge. 5,000 head they were milking with a big turntable and 500 calves they were rearing, and it was enormous. And because it was kind of a Laura Farms production, she was got a touring the yard, so you got to see all the equipment and a heap of stuff that we have in game that I'd not seen in use, which was kind of cool. Lots of the big, you know, silage boss style trailers, because they had so many semi-prime movers. I reckon 350 would keep you full. Now I've got to be careful I don't run over this wet grass, because otherwise I lose my load here. So let's pick that. Pick up, and there we go. Down again. So what are you feeding your calves at the moment, PVF? And does the feed change as you sort of head into the spring, you know, prep them for summer? Come on, round you go, round you go. Right. It's about half a trailer, so that's probably about as much as I can get in the pen anyway, so we'll just turn you off. Whoop. The bumpy bit. Oops, bit of a traction problem. Come on, you can do it. Find something. There you go. Digging holes in my farm road with my tractor, that's never good. Now let's see if we can back this in without getting hit by the train. That would be a pleasant start. Yeah, I've still got the care wheels on. That's doing the... Still no train coming. Come on, get over the tracks. And drop you there. Will do nicely. And now we have the cows. That should help the sheep out a bit. Let's see. So cows are good. The extension yard's about to run out, and we've got a fair number in there. We're overstocked in the main yard, but we have got enough food for the minute, so that's good. The sheep now have food, so they'll come back to health. And as you can see, how many total have we got there? So 210 out of 250, so we're pretty much getting to the point where we want to be selling some, I think. Leave that there for now. Let's run down the hill and get our sugar beet sorted out. Oh, I have a furry friend who would like to go outside. Jason McKinley, welcome along. Lurking in and out while you get ready for work is fine. Just excuse me for 2 shakes. Peter required his exit, and it's cold outside, so he will no doubt require a return shortly. Where are we? We need a tractor. Yeah, what do we got on here? We don't need a weight, I don't think. Oh, do I want this tractor? Or are you just going to munch up my... Because you've got big tyres. I think as long as I top the bits first, I don't destroy the crop. Let's find out. So put you down, turn you on. Is that correct? Yes. So as long as I top it first, I don't destroy it. It's only when I drive over it with it still got the heads on that you destroy the crop. So we shall get this sorted out. Just like mowing my sugar beet. Trains running around in the background up there, which is good. Does help the ambiance a little to have movement, I think. With any luck, we'll get through this fairly quickly. Oops, let's try not to run in to the container. Put him close because I was hoping that it'd be convenient for offloading when we get to the actual scooping them out of the ground stage. Okay, just give me a second again. Actually, what I'll do is I'll get round the other side. And what is that bearing down that side of the field, I wonder? Do that, it'll cut the edge off. I don't want to do that necessarily, but I've got to let the dog in. I shall be back in just a second. There we go. Equilibrium restored. And we'll fix that little bit we've just carved off there. Presently. It does show on the mini-map. I was just wondering, it was the first time I've been trying to sort of create more screen real estate for viewing and get better at remembering to do that. And it struck me that it's a piece of information that would be very useful in terms of a heading to actually have in the right hand side. So specifically right where the hours are showing. Oh, can you? I have not. It's only something that just occurred to me then for the first time, because usually I would have that mini-map open. Just zoom around here, pick up this bit, munching our way through it. Ah, okay. Well, I am hopeful that later in the year, one of the Seasons Pass updates will deliver us GPS built in. That'd be kind of nice. In this day and age, it really should be an integrated game function. Okay, so we've got that little bit on our left there, and the main body of the field, which we are powering through at this stage. Ah, okay. Yeah, I haven't really used the GPS itself a lot. I've tended to, so I use Courseplay, but not specifically GPS. Yeah, I don't watch Farmer Klein. Disturbed I look at every now and again for different things. Fair enough too. Yeah, I cast my net fairly wide. Just every now and again you watch someone or something that just doesn't gel, and that's how I was with Farmer Klein. I know he's very popular amongst his audience, just not my cup of tea. That's the neat thing about the community, there's plenty of space for all sorts. Okay, well, we're getting through this nicely. This is one of those jobs where nice long runs is definitely an advantage, I think. One of the things I saw on ModHub last week was first Queenslander style building. I can't remember the name of the modder that put it forward. I thought it was a pretty fair first attempt. Because in parts of Australia, the Queensland is quite a distinctive style. House being typically built sort of 6 or so feet off the ground and with a wide veranda all the way round. So hopefully that's a precursor to some more Australian buildings. Yeah, they sit on stilts. And maximise the airflow around the house in sort of the hot, humid climates, but also to try and reduce the number of snakes you end up with in the house. Bit tight to turn there. Yeah, so I'm hoping that it'll sort of, it means that in the background there's a few more folks working on that sort of stuff, and maybe it will signal there's a map of some description coming along shortly. I don't feel that I'm necessarily plugged into those aspects of the community here as yet. Oop, missed the one. This patch will be getting shorter now with each strip back. We've completed the extent. Touché. For all that it's a conversation starter and a point of conjecture, it really does depend on where you are and what lifestyle you have. For the most part, snakes tend to stay out of most people's ways. I reckon I've seen maybe 4 or 5 in the wild in my life. That doesn't mean they weren't there, it just means that you typically don't see them. Now that's also a function of, you know, I've lived my entire life, I've only ever holidayed in the north, so their prevalence being warm-blooded is, being cold-blooded rather, is, so their prevalence increases as the weather warms, so that's also a function. Looks like I missed one over there. We'll get that. Let's take care of this little bit over here, seeing I'm sort of pointing in this direction. Can knock it off fairly smartly, then we can start getting the actual vegetables themselves out of the ground. Let's go back and do this one. I'll get that one. That's what I wanted to do. A little bit more light on the scene. Now, stuck in a hole. And missed a bit. Never mind. It happens. Down ahead. Doing a fairly reasonable job, I guess. Going to be intrigued to see on the oaks if we when we plant a couple of fields of sugar beet, whether we get offered any big equipment in the used equipment sales. Can't recall a save where I got offered a sugar beet harvester, but it's not something that I've regularly planted, so that could be the case. I've only, for instance, recall being offered a grape harvester on one occasion. Let's just get this guy. He's bugging me. Where are you? That's you done. And this strip I missed over here. Yeah, something like that. Or the Grim. One of the self-propelled ones. I envisage a point a few seasons down the track where The Putneys might have a small fleet. To go with their sugar factory. Depends if one of the kids gets heavily into the romance of the sugar production business now that they've bought the factory. I've used them on contracts before, but not my own operation. So the Oaks is the one where we're likely to get there first, just because the trajectory we've got and the scale that we're building. Here I don't envisage a field that gets really beyond the capacity of this trailed unit to service us. It's kind of a side light to, it's just one component of the food that we need for the pigs. Definitely a lease item. Yeah, well, that's why I'm curious to see if they come up in the sale, because then you could make a case for buying it. But pretty much, you know, hard to argue for ownership unless you're using them continuously for the short harvest season. Let's see, let's cut off an edge here. Bit there. It's not bad. 9 o'clock in the morning, and we've just about got this topped. Just a couple more. Oh, missed one. Come on. Swing around. Make my geometric patterns as I go. Everywhere we go, we see a triangle. Get all of that one we can. Not quite. Oh goodness. I lifted too early. A little bit confused. There we go. I swear as the sun comes up, the shadows are getting darker. Unless we have completed it, another step forward. Interesting to see how much we get off here. Memory, we got a pretty good yield last year, so I'll pop the mini map up so we get some sort of indicator. One more there, is there? There it is. Did I miss one down that way? I don't believe so. We can have enough fuel? I reckon we might. So, let's see. Park you off to there. Let's kick the bum across a bit. Link you on. Now let's unfold. Oops, we were unfolded, were we? No. And off we toddle. Getting a few there. Yield is not too bad. Sufficient that we're probably not going to make it to our storage bin. Right, there it is. That was actually not bad positioning, completely by fluke. Appear to be going in the bin, so that's always promising. Sure we won't get a length of the field with this hopper. Yeah, they're not badly positioned by the looks. Definitely could be worse, so that's good. There you go. I might just do one more lap for the minute and then check in on the pigs, I think. We know the sheep are fed, but we also know that the main pig yard is overstocked, so we need to make some decisions about what we do there, and they will run out of food during the course of the day. Right. So. Yeah, this harvest will take a little while, but that's okay. I could stick it on some automation if I really sort of got to that point, but I don't feel the need for the moment. It's a bit of having a bit of a chill. Come on, what is that? You're not unloading. Let's try again. Maybe because I've lifted you up, was that the reason? You actually raised you out of the trigger. That could be the case. Well, all of a sudden, you tipped into there beautifully last time. Now you don't want to. What is different? Gonna take a long time if we can't get that. Sugar beet out of the harvester. Out. That is very bizarre. What is the problem? Yep, we'll give that a whirl. Oh, actually, one thing we'll try before we do that. Oh, how bizarre. I told it to put the pipe in. Well, can't explain that. Here's the edge of the crop down here. There it is. So 30% coming along nicely. Does fill up pretty swiftly. Okay, so we know we've taken 24,000 litres off the field, so that's good. And that unloads automatically. Got no idea what I did different. Let's go and check out the pigs. Oops, we've still got one of those on. And one of those on. So these pigs, 55 of 98, they have food, they have water. So what have we got here? 237 of 216. So health is now falling, which is annoying. But to be expected. So we need to move. What have we got here? 9 months. They're the new ones that were just born. So if we take the newborns, which will fit in 2 trailers, that'll bring us back under the cap. So come down to get a tractor. Oh, where did I put the tractor? The tractor is up. The ill, isn't it? There it is. Conveniently parked. No train. Next to the trailer. Do this without getting cleaned up? Possibly. Swing you around there to around about that spot, I think. And it was these ones are new, yes. Linked all of them. Do a convenient turning circle in our place on the other side here. Actually, while we're passing Let's drop a few more trees. How much you got in there? 2,000, so you won't quite fill. Looks like we've got a little bit of honey to sell. So the good news about the financial situation is we should comfortably, before Christmas, get enough cash to buy the land at the end there that we want to create the new sugar beet field in. Oop. Hope those brakes work, or we'll have 20 sides of bacon on the sugar beet field. Select. What are you doing here? Oh, I'm not in the... Not quite in the trigger. That's better. Now we can do that. 75 of 98. So we've got room for 23 more. That's the other thing we need to do is pack that silo too. Line it up. Come on, don't hit the silo. Very good. Now, how many of those did we have? There's only one of those left anyway. And what about the other sort? 14 of those. Right, so that will get you back under control. Can I get around there? Just without driving in the poo pit. You unload. Yes. New unload. Let's try doing all of them. Right, so we've got 90 in here. Now the question is, the ones that are worth the most are 9 months old. So I'm thinking, oh, they're going to reproduce next month. Do we need them to reproduce? Let's have a look at the composition of the main shed. So 9 at 9 months in there that have just reproduced. 2 at 13, 16 at 18. So we want to get these guys to go another couple of months just to get up to that 1,000 mark. They're newborns. So I'm thinking we don't actually need these guys to reproduce. So what we'll do, there's only 7 of them in there anyway. 7 of those. What didn't I get? Did I? No worries, Jason. Have a good one. Have a good day, sir. We may cross paths at the end of the week. So 7 of 20. There we go. Now, these guys at 5 are no good to me because I can't put 5 months olds in. They're the 6 and the 4 months old. So you guys have got to stay there to age. So what I will do, there's no point going across to the abattoir with only a couple in the trailer. So we will go around and pick some unlucky candidates from the main yard. Right. We have a plan. Is it going to hit the door or not? No, it is not. Need the bottom to go to the left, just a bit like that. No, still didn't get it. Now we did. So in here we've got 9-month-olds. 13. I think we'll take the 9-month-olds. How many of those have we got? Move you across, yes. So then you're 13-month-old, 18-month-old, 9-month-old. So we'll take some more 9-month-olds. Oh, you're not full health though, are you? Just to be difficult. Never mind. We'll solve that at the other end. Get off here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Accelerate. Just made it. That was a bit dodgy. So let's tootle across to the meatworks. I did. Only just, though. Almost had bacon buddies. Don't need you on. Whoop. Stay on the road. Did you hit? Oh, there's a fence hiding there in the tree. Hehehe, miss is a miss. That's true. I made up for it just then. I hit. Ooh. Stiff shoulders, stiff shoulders. So, let's see here. We need... We might check the second-hand sales on the way past. Probably got some milk to deliver as well, actually, now that I think of it. Haven't done that for a day or two. Let's have a look at the second-hand equipment board. We'll see that. 10,000 would be very nice. We don't need the Z-Tower or those trailers. The Fiat might be worth thinking about. Just because we could then upgrade our to a fifth wheel animal trailer and have a dedicated truck to do this run. Well, not necessarily dedicated, but take the tractors off the need to do this run with the animals. Which might be worth considering. It also gives us just an increase in options for karting around the place. I'd have to just wait and see what have we got. So we've got some product to sell out here too, by the looks. The Meatworks tends to be quite prolific in the pellet production arena. Got my angles all messed up here. That's better. How many of these is it going to let me take out is the question. So it won't let me take you. Or you. What about you guys? Move you, yes. So I can't move any of you guys because you're not old enough. You're not at 100% health. So what we need to do is put you in the yard that is established here just for this purpose. I haven't watched... Oh, sorry. I watched the first episode, I think. Unload the animal, yes. What's happening here? You're not in the trigger, that's the problem. There it is. Move to husbandry, right. I saw that had occurred. And certainly the map looks nice. The only thing that that did leap out at me was a bit of a limitation in reconfiguration of yards and things, but I sort of figured I wouldn't get too caught up on it until I get a chance to look at the map myself. I did see written somewhere a suggestion that it was still several months away, so that's kind of another reason not to, for me not to get too invested in it. Because what I find is if I find out about something and I'm waiting for it, it affects other things that I'm doing. So what do we got here? That's gelatin and that's gelatin. So you need to be over there. Then what's in there? You've got pork and these are pork. Oh, I see, because they're on that. It's just the trailer. That's lamb. So it's not going to load into there. That's also lamb. Pork, you will. More lamb. More pork. There we go. So how much gelatin's over there? 2,500. 1200. So if what we can do is pull that out. How are you enjoying the Scruff series? Is it you're finding it interesting? I find he does good stuff. I've watched a few episodes of his that Farmhand, one of the series that he does. Is this gonna let me put these easily on the back here, or is it gonna make it hard? Yeah, it's gonna make it a little bit hard. That's not me dropping them, that's universal auto load being painful. Man. A quirk of universal auto load is that even when it won't load the pallet on, it takes it off you, so it releases you from the... Okay, that'll do. So we'll take this meat down to our sell point. I think I've got feed in the troughs there. We'll check that in just a second. Yeah, he's I think he does all of that really, really well, and the conversations, there's a real skill to the way he scripts and conducts those, which I think is quite impressive. Now, can I get, or do I have to back you all the way in? I think I got to back you all the way in. I didn't position this very cleverly. Although I think at the time I concluded that it was a struggle to fit. Come on, full lock, you can do it. There you go. I find it hard enough just to figure out what I'm going to say, let alone trying to think of a couple of characters. What did you sell? Okay, so we sold a few bits and pieces there. And we're empty. Good. So you can head on back. That was straightforward. I presume that that's because Oxy's still working on that quite a lot of the map, so which would fit with the comment that it's still a little way off. Certainly the bits of it that I saw on the tour that he did, it looked really quite nice. Which is, you know, what I've come to expect. I mean, Oxy does, in my limited experience, does beautiful looking maps. Now, let's have just a quick check before we go anywhere. Wrong button. In our Meatworks fattening yard, there is in fact food there, so that's good. And they're not going to be there long. We just want them back at full health, so they can sit there like so. We can send you back indeed to the main pigsty. And then we almost have a full load there. Let's just have a look at our productions and see what they're doing. They're all fine up there. We're gonna... Formulas for sugar. 60 makes 34 versus 75 makes 44. So we want to put our sugar beet cut in the grist mill so that we can make sugar. So that's easy. And the sugar beet, it holds 500,000 litres, so that's fine. So we can use it pretty much as the storage. Everything else down here looks okay, which is good. Tito, no. Yep, it's just somebody getting in the car to go to work next door. Right. So, oh, we need to move some slurry out of the pigs. Let's just go down and check the milk while we're at it. And while we're waiting for the other tractor to get back, we might do another lap of the sugar beet fields. What have we got here? We do have some milk to sell. So what we can do with you I get the feeling that plenty of people have given that feedback to Oxy and he's decided, whoa, okay, that's not a good idea with that weight on there, is it? And he's decided for whatever reason that it doesn't fit how he wants to build his maps, which is entirely his prerogative. That's just the impression I get from the... What am I doing here? Let's get the right piece of equipment. There we go. Now, can I fill you? Yes, you are. Close enough. Right. Lift you up. I think people forget sometimes that almost all modders are doing what they do because they want to do it, not because it's a commercial business. I need to get all the way over because otherwise you'll go the long way. Dairy, unload, milk. That sounds like a good location for you. Okay, you have reached the pigsty, so let's send you off there. I'll do you in a sec. That's the one I want. And we'll take you off there. Do a couple of loads of slurry. I didn't notice how much slurry was in the cow shed either. Is this gonna work? Enough turning circle there? I probably have, actually. It is nearly time for my breakfast, John. Let's just look at the cow shed. Yep, the cows are almost full on slurry as well, as it turns out. So we'll do one load out of the pigs. We'll go down and do a load out of the cows. And we can probably say we just missed the train again. We'll probably say we just about covered most of the bases. Can we... Let's have a look here. Sugar beet. No, we have to finish the sugar beet harvest today, so that's okay. I'll do that. I'd like to say I was waiting for the train, but I was actually planning to get through there before he got here. So I will finish the sugar beet harvest off, I think, off camera. Why are you not? Am I just too far out there, am I? Come on. Where's that? I've missed it completely. Oh no, I didn't. I'm just not on the right implement. That was the other really interesting thing that I saw on that episode of Laura Farm. So they've got a huge digester and 2 big generators. So they were talking about the fact that they produce, you know, all of the byproducts. They make all of the electricity that's used on the dairy. It was just a really impressive large scale operation. So let's go down to the cows. Whoop, bang. Did my milk delivery actually get there, or has it got hung up somewhere? You're not in the trigger, are you? Not close enough. Oh, get out of it. Yeah, come on. I want you to behave. And back onto that trigger with no turning circle that you have. Come on. There you got it. There you go. Round the back of that. Up we go. We'll empty you off. That's true. There is brass where there's muck. That is a very old saying, I think. It's the sort of thing my grandfather said, given his lengthy service in the merchant marine. He ran away to sea at 12, as I recall. But I think all in all, that's been a good exercise. We're going to leave it there, folks. Thank you very much for joining me today. I've enjoyed it. We've got through a few chores, and we'll be back at the end of the week on Thursday evening for the UK and the US, Friday morning for Australia. We'll be back on the Oaks. So until then, stay safe, have fun. See you next time. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thanks, John, for staying with me all the way through. Hope you have a great week.